And here's another case of the media not asking the right questions. Last October, 7 News broadcast a story that was introduced by Chris Bath in New South Wales, like this.
Australia is one of only 2 countries in the world which has approved the use of a new drug to treat multiple sclerosis. People with the condition say the breakthrough treatment will change the way they live their lives.
What followed was a pretty straightforward plug by reporter Edwina Bartholomew for a medicine developed by multinational pharmaceutical giant Merck Serono. Its main benefit for MS sufferers is that it comes as a pill and does away with painful daily injections.
A tablet would be amazing, to actually just pop a pill.
Now there is a tablet, Movectro, that's taken for just 2 weeks a year. Russia is the only other country to approve it.
No mention of side effects or risks, though there was a mention of the pill's cost and the familiar plea that the taxpayer should foot the bill.
In here is a month's supply of injections. It costs around $30. The tablet will be much more, $20,000 for a 2-week course. MS sufferers are hoping the government will pay for it.
Now, the problem is drug companies aren't allowed to promote prescription medicines to the general public. After a complaint, a finding and an appeal, the pharmaceutical umbrella group Medicines Australia found that Merck Serono had breached this provision of its code of conduct.
Companies should not attempt to encourage the publication of general media articles with the aim of promoting their products.
Medicines Australia says that Merck Serono and its PR agency Ogilvy did just that, in particular by providing 7 News with a briefing document which contained
statements about the positive attributes of Movectro, but did not include any balancing information about precautions, interactions or side effects.
Merck Serono was fined $20,000. But what about 7 News? Seems to me they should have asked about possible dangers and side effects themselves, especially as just a month earlier the European Medicines Agency had come to a very different decision about Movectro from Australia's Therapeutic Goods Administration.
The committee adopted a negative opinion, recommending that Movectro should not be granted a marketing authorisation.
Why not? Well, as the medical press reported at the time, and a quick Google search would have revealed, the EMA didn't think Movectro's benefits outweighed its risks, especially
cancer concerns.
An increased number of patients with cancer were observed in trials, which may indicate an increased risk of cancer over time.
Pretty interesting, huh? If 7 had asked the TGA why it wasn't concerned about a cancer risk that bothered the Europeans so much, it might have had a real story. We asked 7 if it was aware that the Europeans had cancer concerns about Movectro. 7 News' Chris Willis said that he didn't have time to respond on Friday.
It's also a bit silly demanding a same-day response on a story that was done 8 months ago. I am sure it can wait until next week.
But we wanted to run the story this week because just last Thursday, MS Australia posted this notice.
Merck Serono has today announced that they will be voluntarily withdrawing Movectro from the Australian market.
Why? Because it's been knocked back for safety reasons not only in Europe but in the United States too.
Approval in these countries would require a new clinical trial program taking several years to complete, which the company has chosen not to pursue.
7 News didn't apparently think that was worth telling its viewers about. We're not suggesting that anyone in Australia who's been taking Movectro is at any significant risk. After all, it was approved by the TGA. We are suggesting that television news bulletins aren't the place for the unqualified promotion of prescription medicines as breakthrough treatments or miracle cures.